Not recording.
No, good.
No.
All right, this is perfect. The old woman and her daughter were sitting. The old woman and her daughter were sitting on their porch when Mr. Shiflett came up to their road for the first time. The old woman slid to the edge of her chair and leaned forward, shading her eyes from the piercing sunset with her hand. The daughter could not see far in front of her and continued to play with her fingers. The woman just sat in her chair, wondering at the dirt road. The woman's daughter was a silent girl who had disabilities. She was around 30 years old, kind of slow. Her name was Lucy Neal. She looked, however, as young as 18. Off in the distance, the old woman spotted a man approaching. He was approaching slowly, dressed in ragged clothing.
Good evening, ma'am and miss.
What's your business here, boy?
Well, you see, ma'am, I was just wondering, back into town looking for some work. I was recently fired from my job, so I've been scouting around town for a job. Would you possibly have any work for me? Maybe. How am I supposed to do this with one hand? Okay.
Okay, Josh, you're lying.
Boy, I think you're dumber than a pile of bricks. And what you're missing, your arm. You're in some kind of shark accident. I ain't got no kind of work around here for one armed fella.
Oh, shit. Mr. Shiflett pulled out some tobacco from his pocket and rolled himself a smoke. Ma'am, I will be... Oh, that's you.
You're starting right now?
Yeah.
I may be missing an arm, but that don't mean nothing. I'm as strong as a freight train hauling cars full of coal. Just give me a chance and you'll see. And if I'm not what you're looking for, then I'll go.
Alright, boy, you convinced me. Show me what you can do. First thing I want is my house all neat and clean. Then once you're done with that, head out back, feed the animals. Mr. Shiflett obeyed the woman and went to work. While the whole time they were talking, Mr. Shiflett had his eye on something. The car was the only thing on his mind. Using his clever investment, Shiflett gained the woman's trust. For the next couple of days, Shiflett did work for the woman, and the woman was very pleased.
The next day, he walked into town and returned with some parts he needed, and a can of gasoline. Late in the afternoon, terrible noises from the shed, and the old woman rushed out of the house. Thinking Lucy Neal was somewhere having a fit. Lucy Neal was sitting on a chicken crate, stamping her feet and screaming. What was that? With a volley of blasts, it emerged from the shed, moving in a fierce and stately way. Mr. Shiflett was in the driver's seat, sitting very erect. He had an expression of serious modest on his face, as if he had just raised the dead.
I'm shooting this stupid video for school, and yeah, that's about it. What are you doing? Huh? Yeah, we're shooting a porno. It's just a couple kids from school. We have to do this stupid thing for English class. Nah, Steph's not here.
Why would
Well, you're doing a fine job. I'm very proud of you. You keep up the good work now, son.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I take great pride in my work, and your daughter is looking mighty fine.
Oh, thank you, Lucian. Lucinelle. Get in here, girl. Mr. Shiflett, this here is my daughter.
Hello, Lucinelle. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh yeah, sugar. Someday she'll learn to talk. Maybe she can hang around you a little while, teach you a thing or two.
That would be just lovely.
Mr. Shiflett watched over Lucinelle for the next couple of days. He spoke with her throughout the day and spent time with her. While Shiflett...
Hello, Lucinelle. Can you say hello? Good girl. I'm not a dog.
She observed the way that her daughter and Shiflett communicated. He showed her how to do things she couldn't do before. The old woman finally came to... He's getting up. Mr. Shiflett would be a great guy for Lucinelle. What are you doing?
Tucking my shirt in. Dang, leave me alone!
Wait. I gotta get back to that. Well, Mr. Shiflett, I've been thinking you and my daughter would make a great couple. Now you've been teaching her all these words. I think now it's time you teach her sugar daddy. You, sir, would be great for my daughter. How's about you and her go out and stay in a hotel? Get to know each other a little more.
Ma'am, I would love to go with Lucinelle. And we would go out to dinner too. Lucinelle, what do you think?
Excellent. I hope you two have a wonderful time. Be safe, baby. Oh, and Mr. Shiflett, please use protection.
Well, Mr. Shiflett and Lucinelle drove around town. Mr. Shiflett and Lucinelle drove around town for a while looking for a place to eat. Occasionally he stopped his thoughts long enough to look at Lucinelle in a seat behind him. She had eaten the lunch as soon as they were out of the yarn, and now he was pulling the cherries off of her hat and throwing them out the window. A hotspot took her in order and gave him a plate of ham and grits. The ride had made her sleepy, and as soon as she got up on the stool, she rested her head on the counter and shut her eyes. There was no one in the hotspot but Mr. Shiflett and the boy behind the counter. A pale youth and a greasy rag hung over his shoulder. Before she was stormed. They sat and chatted for a while and had their meal.
I thought I left.
The narrow road off on the either side in the dry fields, and here there was a snack or a filling station stood in a clearing. The boy didn't have his hand raised to thumb the ride. He was only standing there, but he had a small cardboard suitcase and his hat was on his head in a way to indicate that he had left somewhere for good.
But do you need a ride?
No, that's not my part yet.
Oh, shit. The boy looked at Shiflett and got in the car.
What?
He looked at Shiflett and got in the car.
Do I gotta get on that?
Just, no, okay. We'll say you're on the dirt bike. So, where are you? Cody, read your part.
We're gonna have to get on.
So where are you from, son?
Keep going.
That's the is that me? I'm from down yonder off Pleasant Valley Road. I come from a great family with a good life. My mother is a saint. Sweetest woman I've ever known. Do you have a family?
You're a freaking douchebag and I hate you.
The boy ran away from the car, flipping Mr. Shiflett the bird. Shiflett was so disgraced, he put the car in a drive and continued on his way. You okay? The turnip continued slowly to descend. After a few minutes, there was a gallop peal of thunder from behind and fantastic raindrops. Like tin can tops crashed over the rear of Mr. Shiflet's car. Very quickly, he stepped on the gas, and with his stump sticking out of the window, he raced galloping into the shower of the mobile. We gotta find Anthony. I mean, Lucy Nell. Where'd she go? Oh, there he is.